Honda has gone back to zero. Here is their new EV concepts, and yes, one of them will be coming 100% in 2026. Let's go. Honda debuts new global Honda Zero EV series with 2 new concept models. This is awesome. So let's get into them. We're going to break down the photos, and then I'm going to play the videos for you while I go over the entire press release because it's pretty dense with information. So I won't bore you by just showing the press release. I'll play some B-roll for you guys. And there's also a website, but I don't have access to it because I'm filming this pre-embargo. So that will be up, and I'm sure it's going to be really, really cool with nice animations and cool art for the Honda Zero. Here it is. Here is what they're calling the Saloon. Now, saloon is another word for sedan in Europe, mainly, and probably in Japan as well. This is the vehicle that will have a production variant coming in 2026. Now, it's going to share the same platform, the e-architecture, as the Afeela, the Sony Honda mobility car, which was just shown prior to this last night. It was shown in the same prototype guys that we've seen it in, just more details and information. I'm not going to make a video on the Afeela. Nothing exciting got revealed there other than the car was drove onto the stage with the PlayStation DualSense controller. So let's talk about this vehicle. And I cannot believe that Honda is going so radical with their designs. We know Honda is, look at the Accord. When the Accord is the most safe generic design of a sedan I've ever seen with this newest generation. There's not, yes, it's smooth and it is minimal in design, but there's nothing conservative about this. Now, I don't expect we'll see carbon fiber reinforced wheels, but this sort of Prius Lamborghini-like wedge that we have going on, I think that will exist in the production version. Now, production will also need to have a B-pillar, I would assume, in some shape or form, unless Honda's able to make the battery pack very structurally sound where they don't need a B-pillar, but I just don't see how it would pass safety regulations without a pillar right here. Now, this also is technically a coupe sedan because these doors open up like a gull wing. So that is ridiculous. That's not going to happen in production. It's going to be more than likely a traditional four-door sedan with a similar like roofline to what we see here. Now, as cool as it is from the seat forward, I don't know how I feel about this chunky back end. It sticks out quite a bit, which is going to be great for cargo capacity, right? And then we have this oval-like light bar. Now, Nissan has had similar oval-like light bars in some of their EV concepts, but I don't think any of those are actually close to production. This is coming in 2 years from now, 2026, at least a production variant of what we see here. How much will it change? We have no idea. But look how wide these rear wheels are. Or should I say, look how defined it is right here. So it gives the illusion that the rear wheels are wider set than the front wheels, which might be the case, but I don't actually think that's the case. I think that the vehicle, like a pufferfish, is fat in the front and then it gets skinnier as the vehicle goes back. And that's probably for aerodynamics. So it's looking unique. It's looking pretty organic. Like I mentioned, the pufferfish, it almost looks like a little fishy out here on the streets. Now, I like this infinity taillight. Toyota does it with the Lexus LC500. It's kind of that afterburner effect. I hope Honda's able to integrate this. Now, where is the rear window? That is something that I have a question on both of these cars. Now, Honda might get rid of this whole thing and just put a window there. Now, it would be a very small window. I don't know how you would see anything out of it, but maybe they're going the Polestar, I think it was the Polestar 4 that doesn't have rear windows. They just have cameras. And if that's the case, I'm not a big fan, but they're concepts. They're concepts. Taking a gander at the front now. Remember, this is the closest of that teaser image that we had. I was getting Dust Buster vibes. And yeah, I still kind of get Dust Buster vibes here. Headlights are up top, right below the windshield. And then your daytime running light is now a grille with the new Honda logo on it as well. And we can see how that rear portion here, it looks a little Prius-like, right? A much longer lengthened Prius. And that might be the trend, not just because Honda's doing it and Toyota's doing it. But if we look at the Lexus LFZC, it kind of had the same general shape. And I think that's going to be more and more common because aerodynamics dictate that cars be shaped a certain way unless we get some sort of air bending technology where we can have any shape of car, and Toyota's actually working on that. But in the meantime, this might be the most aerodynamic or one of the more aerodynamic shapes you can have on a sedan anyway. Yes, I really like how these rear wheels stick out in the back, or at least, like I said, give that illusion of sticking out in the back, where the rest of the body kind of tucks in and tapers in. It looks really, really macho, if that's the thing. It's like a subtle macho aspect with that wide rear set of tires. And so let's get on the inside. We don't have a great look at the interior other than dash screen. Mercedes-Benz at CES showed dash screen as well. So I don't know how I feel about it, but it is what it is. Now, the steering wheel can be tucked away in this concept, and it is a steering yoke, like the Afeela concept as well. So steer by wire, of course. We also have these touch screen headrests for the rear passengers back here. And notice it says Jessica, so you can have your own profiles for the passengers in the back. So that's kind of neat. It looks like there's an additional screen down here to adjust climate control or whatnot. This is the Space-Hub. Ladies and gentlemen, I love minivans. This has sliding doors. Look at this rear portion. Where's the rear window? I don't know what to think of this, honestly, other than it's kind of a canoe fighter. And Kia, just before this last night, Kia showed the concepts for their PV5. As well as other PV series models, which are more of commercial cars. This is definitely set up as a retail model for people to actually drive on a daily basis for their personal needs instead of business needs. Tiny little side mirrors, and those are digital, right? Which it's not legal here in North America. And I guess there might be some right here on this Saloon as well. Now, Honda hasn't said anything about production date with this concept yet. I hope it comes, and I would assume it would be a replacement for the Odyssey or Pilot. I just don't know. I mean, it's called the Space-Hub, which when I first saw Space-Hub, I thought it has a dual meaning. The first thing I thought of, well, it looks like it's from outer space, and maybe you can see space, right, with the massive canopy here. But since it's a minivan, it also has tons of interior space for passengers and cargo and whatnot. I don't expect this interior to be anything like this for a production model, except maybe large glass roof. Now, this is what's bizarre back here. In the video, they showed this rear portion being kind of like active camouflage in a sense that this is actually a digital screen wrapped around the ceiling. And so what it's showing on the outside is actually a video stream from a camera on the outside of the vehicle, where this is just glass. So it's pretty futuristic. And you can see on the back here, they blacked out the screen here and just created a digital window out of the back inside of those rear circular red taillights. The seat design's cool. I like how minimal everything is. It's just, okay, this is also cool as well. This is the new Honda logo. This, ladies and gentlemen, is all new Honda logo that will only be seen on this new E architecture, and it will debut on the Saloon. So all new Honda EVs coming in 2026 and beyond will have this new logo. And it's the first new logo from Honda since 1981. Can you believe that? That's older than me. So it's been 40 plus years since Honda has had a new logo. And I think that means they're re-envisioning the company, right, with EVs. And this is their Honda Zero Series logo as well. So they have a separate Zero. It reminds me of, right, Toyota's Beyond Zero, but Honda is doing it way better, right? Honda's figured it out to make it tasteful, but we don't know the names of these cars. All we know is Saloon Concept and Space-Hub. And Honda Saloon, like Zero Saloon, sounds pretty cool. And maybe Honda Zero Space-Hub or Honda Zero Van sounds pretty, it makes sense to me. And I want to pause on the front end. So we have those repeating front daytime running lights here on the Saloon. And there's that new Honda logo. Looks fantastic. Here's those gold wing doors opening up. There's no way, unless Honda's going to be charging six figures for this, there's no way it's going to have gold wing doors. So keep that in mind. Now, a better look at the interior. The seats look pretty minimal, but very cockpit-like. The steering wheel does come out of the dash. Let's see here. Another look. Oh, and there's also this flowy energy like mist inside of this. I think it might be a screen, but if this is a screen, maybe it's a screen inside of a plastic layer on the outside, because otherwise that screen is going to get damaged in real world usage. I don't think that would make it. But yeah, look at this thing in motion. I mean, it looks like a Lamborghini, right? An old Countach or something, or old Diablo. Look at that. That is insane. So let's get to the Space-Hub one. The Space-Hub, it looks like a bread box on wheels, and I like it a lot. I don't know which one I actually like more, because you guys know how much I like minivans. Here's proof that the doors open up, like they slide open, right? And then this one's more of a traditional door. So I'm all about sliding doors to make your life easier to get in and out for VIPs or for little kids. The dash moves forward. The steering wheel pops out of that. So you have this kind of telescopic experience getting into the car with the dash moving forward and then the steering wheel popping out of that. Pretty alien-like, right? The grille and the headlights are a little bit different here, with the headlights being on the outside, kind of built into the grille area instead of the saloon where they sat right below the windshield. It looks pretty cool in motion. And more than likely, this is going to be mostly windows in the production model. Again, steered by wire, so you have the steering yoke. And look at that funky animation going on there. And this looks like it's being driven in Florida, by the way, right here. Like this looks like marshes and Everglades sort of thing. But anyways, look how that pops up across the dash. Check this out. It's like it's printing lines on the road with this bottom windshield. Like a canoe, not a one on water, but the EV canoe, we have this big visible screen down here. I'm guessing it's a screen because it's overlaying driving lines like Gran Turismo. You have real world driving lines, and it's only a matter of time before that becomes a thing, probably. I'll probably see it in my lifetime. I don't know what to think about this big square of a rear tail light, but at least Honda's typed into the middle of it. I'm surprised that they didn't put the new Honda logo on it, but this gives you an idea of the visibility through the top, right? This is not the windshield. This is just the top glass. And these are normal seats, it looks like, but you look how much more cozy. Look how these seats actually wrap around you on the outside. That is interesting. And then the seats in the back might actually be facing each other. So you have seats on the side of the vehicle instead of facing forward. Again, don't know how customizable that back seat is. Lots of ambient lighting. This gives us a kind of an idea of the animation going on the dash. It looks pretty nice there. And here is the video of the roof going from blacked out to transparent and recreating. The thing is, this is all based off of perspective. So with the tree going by and then printing on this, unless they're using some sort of magic technology that I don't understand yet, this would make you car sick because it would look like the tree is passing only from this perspective. So I don't understand what kind of magic they would have to do, but I think it's unique. I just don't think this would ever make its way in my lifetime into a production car. We got a little shooting star action here for this Space-Hub as well. So that's it for the videos. Now I'm going to get deep into the press release where we're going to get real nerdy and have some fun with it. Now in 2026, Honda will introduce the first model of the Honda Zero series based on the Saloon concept in North America, followed by introductions in Japan, Asia, Europe, Africa, Middle East, and South America. So the global market, essentially. Honda's president, Toshihiro Mibe, said, "The mobility we dream of is not an extension of the trend of thick, heavy, but smart EVs. We will create a completely new value from zero based on thin, Now, when he means zero, he means the new lineup of EVs. So he wants to create a new value from the zero lineup based on thin, light, and wise as the foundation of their new Honda Zero EV series to further advance the joy and freedom of mobility to the next level. Global EVP of Honda, Shinji Aoyama, says, "We have gone back to the basics and formulated the Honda Zero series with a design for the new era, a bold and pure proportion that from first glance is overwhelmingly different from other EVs to evoke a new perspective for people." So let's get into the Saloon, the model that's coming in 2026. The Saloon is a flagship concept model of the Honda Zero series. So we have a concept. So now we have a flagship Honda. So this is not going to be a cheap car. This is going to sit well above, let's say, the Accord. So I would assume this starts off around $50,000. And then an Acura variant at some point in the future coming in at 60, 70, somewhere around there. Time will tell. Time will tell. Honda's pretty good at keeping things affordable, so time will tell. But anyways, this is sitting on a new dedicated EV platform. The Saloon delivers on the Honda M/M, which means man maximum, machine minimum packaging, with its low and wide exterior coupled with a surprisingly spacious interior. Sustainable materials are used throughout the exterior and interior, and inside the instrument panel features a human-machine interface that enables simple and intuitive operations. With excellent visibility and a sporty driving position, the Saloon promises to deliver an unparalleled experience that truly connects a driver with the vehicle. In addition to the new exterior interior design, the Saloon also debuts advancements of new steer-by-wire and motion control management systems. Leveraging the company's decades of expertise in robotics, and the Saloon features posture control that will assist the driver in a variety of driving situations to realize the joy of driving in the EV era. Posture control is something that the Japanese automakers really like using. I first heard it with Lexus when they talked about EVs, but even Mazda uses it now with the MX-5. So it is a buzz term for the Japanese automakers. So what's also interesting is that even though Honda is a Japanese automaker, with production in they're becoming an America first company. At least for the automobiles. The motorcycles are different, right? But in their aerospace stuff. As an automobile company, Honda is becoming North American focused, which is amazing. I love that idea. And that is their identity now as an automaker. Not Japan first, it is North America first. And just a side note, if you missed my news yesterday, well, this is other news. Honda is weighing a $14 billion EV plant production in Canada, and that way it would qualify for the EV tax credit in the United States as well. And on the other side note, Honda is investing into nuclear fusion energy to charge their EVs, which is pretty cool. So I'll put those links in the description below. And like I've said, the production model of the Saloon is coming to North American market in 2026. Moving on to the other concept model, the Space-Hub. It was developed under the theme of augmenting people's daily lives, realizing a spacious cabin and excellent visibility based on the thin, light, and wise development approach. The Space-Hub offers a flexible space that immediately accommodates a variety of passengers and becomes a hub that connects people to each other and the outside world. And reading further into the new Honda logo here, the H mark, it says it will be on the Honda Zero series, which seems to be like their flagship models, but they're saying it will be on other future Honda EV models too. Introduction of new Honda Zero series. So let's read more about the Zero series outside of the concept models. In addition to the two concept models, the Saloon and the Space-Hub, Honda announced the introduction of a new global EV series called Honda Zero Series, symbolizing the company's bold new direction and taking a fresh approach to design and engineering starting from the beginning. The first models will come to North America starting in 2026. The Honda Zero Series represents a new approach to the development of electrified vehicles, outlined by three core principles: thin, light, and wise. Principles counter the traditional constraints of battery electric vehicles while building on long-standing Honda engineering philosophies like MM, man maximum, machine minimum. These principles will be reflected in key areas like the use of dedicated thin EV platform that creates a low floor for aerodynamic performance and software-defined mobility products for a wiser and intelligent user experience. Honda, additionally, for the Zero Series, will introduce new advancements in design, automated driving, connected technologies, performance, and battery efficiency. Honda's Zero Series will feature an ADAS, Advanced Driver Assistance System, that utilizes technologies found within Honda Sensing Elite, which was first seen in the 2021 Honda Legend in Japan. Well, we know the Honda Legend was the Acura RLX. Unfortunately, they renamed it to the RLX, even though the Acura Legend, that nameplate just resonates with so many of us. RLX, not at all. So anyways, the Honda Legend / RLX had this in 2021 in Japan, but the Zero Series will be getting it in a mass-produced model now. They say it additionally in the second half of the 2020s, the Zero Series models will be equipped with the next generation automated driving features, including availability on more affordable EV models to introduce AD systems at a wider scale. Next generation AD system is being developed based on Honda's human-centric safety concept. It will feature advanced AI, sensing, recognition, and driver monitoring technologies to achieve more human-like, natural, and high-precision risk predictions, making it possible to offer AD features. This new AD system will advance and expand the application of some hands-off functions for use on both expressways and surface streets. Honda is also developing an original operating system for the Honda Zero Series models. Now, quick timeout. This comes right off the back of Toyota using Arene software, and that being the underpinnings, right? Because all these vehicles are kind of like software first. That's the underpinning for Toyota and Mazda and probably Subaru, the Arene software. This is Honda's own, you could say, own similar like software that is the underpinning of all their Zero Series EVs. And it utilizes AI and driver data, and the vehicle will learn the user's preferences as well as behaviors and tendencies while driving, allowing the vehicle to make suggestions to enhance the ownership experience. Moreover, the vehicle will provide information about the surrounding areas, additional route guidance for the last mile, and this will help users after they arrive and leave their vehicle. The vehicle will continue to offer new value as it better understands user behavior. So the more people use a vehicle, the more rewarding the ownership experience becomes, adding to the fun of being connected. Fun of being connected. Well, yeah, there's some truth to that. A lot of us don't want to be too connected. We don't want to be like paralyzed with technology, but it's no fun losing connection on your phone, right? We wouldn't want to lose connection on our car that is a phone on wheels in the modern era, right? Honda's also using enhanced aerodynamics here, leveraging years of motorsports experience, including F1 racing. The models will feature advanced aerodynamic technologies that will bring a new level of performance for electrified vehicles. Now, they actually talk about batteries here. So many concept reveals from these manufacturers, these OEMs, they don't talk about batteries. So this is very important here, and we're going to finish with this. A new level of battery efficiency. Based on decades of experience developing hybrid vehicles and other electrified products, Honda is focusing on developing highly efficient electric vehicles. The Honda Zero Series models will feature e-axles. And e-axles is a system that consists of a motor, inverter, and gearbox and converts electric power energy into driving force. So the Zero Series will feature all new e-axles, which will allow for excellent power and efficiency along with lightweight packaging. The Honda Zero Series models will feature high-density battery that will offer an ample range while minimizing battery size. Of course, there's no word on range. I would expect 400 plus miles of range with ease here. To address concerns about charging time and battery degradation, the Zero Series models will offer stress-free charging and battery performance that minimizes degradation over time. For the Honda Zero Series models launching in the late 2020s, fast charging from 15 to 80% battery capacity will be shortened to about 10 to 15 minutes. In the meantime, applying battery system control technology, Honda is targeting to minimize degradation of battery capacity to less than 10% after 10 years of use. That is awesome. We don't want our EV batteries to degrade too much. That's a lot of toxic waste. It's very expensive to replace these batteries, and we want these cars to last a long time, especially in the era of over-the-air updates. Are you excited for Honda's Zero Series? To be honest, I am. I think Honda's designs are very unique here. I'm really excited to see what Honda can bring to the table, and it's just a couple years away. We know that we actually know quite a bit more about the Afeela model because this concept's been out for a couple years at this point, and I've sat in the Afeela when I was in Japan, and it was fantastic. Like the build quality I mean, I know it's a concept and a prototype, but it just felt really, really well made. The materials, the technology, everything felt really well thought out. And I expect that to be the same thing with Honda's Zero Series coming in the same year, 2026, as this Afeela. So I couldn't be more excited. I want to thank you guys for watching and sticking around this long in the video. Make sure you subscribe. We have more Honda things coming this month, actually. I just had to stop recording mid video and receive the new Acura TLX Type S. So I'll review that, the new refresh. And I also have for you guys a Honda press briefing on the 17th, where Honda's going to mention some of their details with sales and electrification strategy. So we'll have more information other than just this concept Zero Series that we talked about today. So thank you guys. I'll catch you in the next one and in future Honda Acura videos. Have a great day and peace.